People of Reddit, how did your parents or others give you the talk bonus points if you have a weird story? I asked my mom how bagels are made and she misheard me. This is our chat 60 years ago. Father, you know how you have a willy me? Yes. Father, do you know what girls have? Me, not really. Father, nothing. Just a whole me. Okay, edited. I never had a close relationship with him, as this important conversation shows. I didn't get the talk at all. Just kinda figured it out through media exposure and internet. Edit. Seeing a reoccurring thing in replies reminded me that my school also had a sex ed course, but it was pretty outdated and they didn't really tell us much about contraceptives. Basically just don't sex lol. Right after my brother and I walked in on my parents, demonstrating what the talk looked like. He was 5, I was 9. I was handed a medical encyclopedia with the pages marked. When I was finished, I got understand. And we never spoke of it again. What is your best swear word alternative? The classic. Fudge. Frig off, Randy. Safety hazard. I said this instead of other words once when I tripped and accidentally taught this to my nephew. Now my sister sends me videos of my nephew saying it when things don't go his way. Sun on the beach. Oh, Bob Saget. Do you see what you get, Larry? Do you see what you get when you find a stranger in the ALPS? When my son was little he started saying bastard, so I kept saying custard. Until the day he complained that we were having bananas and bastard again. Shush it, you dried up raisin. My mother always said, curses we, the kids, laugh about it all the time. Biscuits. You lint liquor, smiley face, mother trucker. Feck. Thank you, Father dead. Oh, Neptune. A child in my class tries to swear but unintentionally says foot instead of fuck. It's probably my favorite alternative. What in the wide world of sports is going on? What's something you like that the vast majority people hate? I love untangling things. Your Christmas lights end up in a ball and there's no telling where it starts or ends? Give. Got a necklace that got rolled up into a total mess? I'm your detangler. Headphones come out of your pocket looking like a tangla? No problem, total zen for me. Wish I could make a few bucks with it though. People that talk a lot so I don't need to. I like listening to them, I find their energy refreshing. I love puns. They're the easiest jokes to get because I'm stupid. Everything about the airport. I'd cry but it's so fascinating. Honestly, I like it more than the trip sometimes lol. A Winnipeg winter day where there's not a cloud in the sky or a breath of wind, but it's so fucking cold out your nose hairs freeze together every time you breathe. Apparently a lot of people don't like the lemon yellow starburst candy, and that's the one I prefer. Doing the dishes. I find it so calming. What's the best TV series of all time? If we're counting single season miniseries, Band of Brothers, The Wire, Twilight Zone. Punched way above its weight. Jesse, We Need to Cook. Futurama. I refuse to elaborate. Chernobyl. True Detective Season 1. The Sopranos. Star Trek. If I have to pick one, let's say TNG. Dark. Avatar: The Last Airbender. As much as I love adult-oriented dramas where lives are destroyed, I respect how much effort it must have taken to make a compelling, airtight story with a happy, wholesome ending. Mad Men. Perfect historical detail, great writing, great acting. The X-Files. Our Planet, narrated by David Attenborough. Better Call Saul. Not the best TV series of all time, but the first 3 seasons of Arrested Development are up there with the best 3 seasons of any of the shows mentioned here. If it ends well, I'm giving Better Call Saul the crown. What's the most disgusting bad habit? Taking a dump and then not flushing in public toilets. Not sure if it's a habit, per se, but those people that have their phones on speaker all the way up casually talking on the train, in the grocery store, and in restaurants. I do not want to hear about your mother's bunion. Littering. People who think their animals are gods and let them shit and piss all over the house. Fucking disgusting. How can people think that that is okay? Not washing hands after using the bathroom, especially in public. Like at a restaurant. I once saw a person picking their ear and eating the wax. That shit's even worse than picking and eating out of your nose. Vomiting face. Dog poop. Living in Holland drives me crazy how much is just lying around. Disgusting habit for dog owners to just not care to clean it up. Which is in fact mandatory, but hey. If no one sees it, it's not a crime. My brothers are disgusting and don't flush the toilet after taking a shit. It's in their own toilets, but when our cleaner comes over she is disgusted every time. What's the worst drug substance you've ever used? I was on morphine for a few days after an injury. The second that shit entered my body I thought, okay, yeah, I get it now. I was the kid of a recovering drug addict. This one time I remember I had an abscess in my teeth and it hurt really bad. My mother thought the best thing to do would be to give me some of her methadone. Definitely in my top 3 times I felt like I was going to die. Crack cocaine turned into an 800-pound gorilla that lost me almost 30 years of my life and hundreds of thousands of dollars. That first hit doesn't get you, it's the memory of that first hit that sinks its claws deep into your psyche. Smoked crack once, smoked meth once. Not sure which one the average person would consider worse. I think meth was worse, but crack bummed me out way more big time. Tough call. I've been addicted to cocaine, cannabis, nicotine and benzodiazepines Valium. I'm 13 months clean. Benzodiazepine withdrawal ruined my life. I'm now 13 months into post-acute withdrawal syndrome. I'm sure no one will see this, but please, for the love of God, never let yourself become physically dependent on any benzos. It is ongoing agony and you'll need to fight every day to get out of the hole. You have 5 minutes left to live and can listen to one final piece of music. Which music do you choose? The recording of my mom singing "You Are My Sunshine" to me when I was a baby. I miss her. Don't Fear the Reaper. Brothers in Arms, Dire Straits. Stairway to Heaven, Led Zeppelin. The RuneScape lobby music. Might as well die reminiscing of fond memories. Well, one of the last songs I listened was Have You Ever Seen the Rain by Creedence Clearwater Revival, and it kind of fits the mood, so it's easy to find a good song, and feels right. So probably that. I waste the time trying to get the perfect song. The Great Gig in the Sky. Comfortably Numb and Light One Up. Goodbye. All Apologies by Nirvana. Claire de Lune. When you're chewing on life's gristle, don't grumble, give a whistle and this'll help things turn out for the best, and always look on the bright side of life. God Only Knows by the Beach Boys, While I Hold My Wife's Hand. Dreams by Fleetwood Mac. Then 45 seconds left to think of my mom. In your opinion, what is the absolute best canned food? My granddad was buried with a tin of corned beef. Canned tomatoes, hands down the single most useful canned food. A thick tube pasta in a rich tomato sauce with beef. It's made by a former chef of the Plaza in New York, Chef Boyardee. Beans. Canned bread, thumbs up. Beer. I mean, nobody wants to admit they ate 9 cans of ravioli. Pineapple rings. Canned peaches hit different. Chipotle peppers in adobo sauce. I love canned pineapple for some reason, or just regular old fruit cocktail. Corned beef hash. Sweet corn? Anyone? Hormel chili with beans. I put some hot sauce in it, cover it with cheese and let it melt in the microwave. Then a dollop of sour cream on top. Eat it with a spoon or tortilla chips. Or just some raviolis. Cranberry sauce. Stuffed vine leaves. Nu Tau Omicron Lambda Mu Alpha Delta Kappa Iota Alpha. Have you ever seen a normally calm person completely lose their SHD? What happened? One of my teachers in high school was the calmest dude. Never yelled, never told kids off, would just laugh and smile and wait for us all to calm down and then continue with his teaching. One day we must have been particularly rowdy and we weren't calming down like we usually did. He couldn't get a word in edgeways. I could see him getting increasingly frustrated and eventually he just bellowed "Shut up" and the entire class was shocked into silence. He never had to do it again. Lamau. I used to do seasonal work sorting tax returns. Like, 500 people in a warehouse-size room sorting through returns, stacking them in boxes, etc. This one guy on my team, huge dude, a gentle giant, really nice. Suddenly one day he smashes the table he's working at, then flips a big box full of paperwork. It flew over my head and 20 feet away. He threw the table out of his way, then stormed out. Turns out he was getting his paycheck garnished for something or other.